Sogdiana has grown a little since the last episode, gaining this part of the county which has a nomad agitation unless we construct the castle or city, otherwise it could revert back to nomad control, which we don't want that. So if we were to, expand into parts of the steppes, that's what we have to deal with. Not only with great numbers of the hordes we would have to fight, but also to settle the settlements by building castles or cities there. If we're going to expand in places like Zetzu, or Zetzu, I don't know how do you pronounce that one, but regardless, it used to be Karluk land, but it's largely taken over by, it used to be a united Khaganate, which now fragmented into smaller Khaganates. But the problem is, if we were to go up there, they're all Manichaeans up there, which are, in our eyes of the Zoroastrians, they're the heretics. To them, they think they're the real Mazdans. I shake my head for them thinking as such. But hey, we got money. We're trying to recover our losses despite the raids in Vergana, which we can't do anything about it because we're a bit tired here, and some of the vassals of mine are going to get a bit antsy about this. So let's just build a castle here, which it'll be done in 2 years. No, you can do better. Well, you'll be left to your own devices. And let's keep making money. Just give it about a year and then we'll probably expand elsewhere, like declare a holy war for the rest of Kashgar against the Shadow of Yatarimapoi. These are Tocharians. They're Buddhists, but they don't like us because we control half of Kashgar and this is their half that we want to get. And then after we defeat them, and then I thought about considering extorting tribute of them before, we fully take this entire kingdom over, even though some parts of that is under control of the Western Protector, which, we don't want to mess with them. I mean, they may not look like it, but once you declare war, they're going to call reinforcements from China, and especially those pagans down there, which not only they're nearly 4,000 strong, but also with the potential vassal allied troops, since they're tribal, they can bring up even more. Thus, we will never defeat them in a war, especially in their terrain of all desert and mountains there. We don't want to trifle with the tribes of the Tanguts. And them being an imperial tributary, that means more reinforcements to their suzerain. And the suzerain can call the tributary in wars, and tributary cannot refuse calls into defense wars. And the tributary can call all the tributaries in war against their suzerain, if they wish to free themselves. Which, in fact, they're the only tributary out there, despite the isolationist policy. And it said they will not declare any wars, unless we were forced open to them, which we don't want to do that. How old is he? He's 58, so it's only a matter of time before he passes away, and we hope for the next Chinese emperor that he will open up China, and then the Silk Road opens, and then we make more money through the silk trade. I mean, look here. Our trade post, look, we're ready to make money. All we need to do is wait for China to open up. We've already spent our money to build a new castle up in Saganak, and then just be patient. This boy, my nephew that I'm educating. But I don't want to make him my squire, since I'm a member of the the Spaniard, maybe I'll make him my squire. Wait, since he is my direct son, it's just, once he becomes 12 years old, I will switch my vote to him. And they call you the good. Propagate that, man. Oh yes, of course. Have to fight these guys. Because I will have to rank up eventually if I want to become the grand champion, just like Roxanne in the past. And there's my niece to be married to you. She's gone off to there. Oh, and one more thing. She's gonna be uncooped. Oh, and she's ugly and uncooped, making her the ugliest, dirtiest woman that man's ever married. And I'm sorry that we had an agreement on that. Take it or leave it, pal. Yeah, Petch and Eggs raided us earlier. What are they up to? Alright, he's dead. Now, the new emperor likes Buddhists, but doesn't like Balto-Slavic cultures. Unlike his predecessors, he's known to favor an idea of an open China. Alright. The economy's gonna go up. We're gonna make a lot more money. Some of that silk money, finally. Even though it might be hindered a little due to an ongoing little conflict there, Beijing, but through this route, we're gonna make a lot more money. Hey. Get out of here. All troops are heading to Samarkand now. We're in good numbers. Okay. Just wanted to kick these guys out of there for once. Oh, don't tell me they're coming back to raid again. Because if they are, we'll be ready for them. And there goes my mother-in-law. Yep, raiding what little is left. Actually, there is something else I could spend that money with, but just wait until we reach 500 gold or so. Unless there's somebody else. No? No ransom and nobody's willing to pay. There's two ugly children. It is Korush is not ugly. He's genius. Look, you may be an ugly man, but we can up that attraction opinion of yours a little by being brawny. Now to rank up. Right. Pretender now. This one became a tributary to China, as this thing continues to grow, as well as the Chinese influence over in the region of what's left of the Empire of Tibet, when it was fractured, when a second Chinese empire was formed over there. So it seems the Tangoods are the ones to unite Tibet, and maybe one day, if they have the money and the kingdoms, they could form their own tribal empire of sorts. Wait for them to leave. Raise them up. Because these guys are at it again. And them too. It's best for you to stay put. The rest can go. For now. Samarkand is flourishing. Big revolt. Independence. Excellent. Which means if the current satrapy, if lucky, although they're in the middle of dealing with raiders, let's just hope that they can use this to their advantage to help expand or even retake a part of Khorasan, which we're happy to help out. If you keep reading like that, we're going to declare war on you. You're going to be the next place to expand. And I'm not afraid to use money to build more castles and cities to settle it. Yeah, for once. I feel bad for you. We're both brave, so only a few words need to be exchanged between honorable rulers. I know what we need more of. Just give us a minute and get rid of the raiders. This old woman's now a renowned physician because she's treated my mother well. Cured of a disease, I guess. Took her eye. She's just merely doing her job. Wish there was a better way, but there isn't. Who's voting for my son? Changed your minds, have you? What gives? Let me see your opinion towards me on you both. You're both fine, it's just you talk about my, oh, here it is, the candidate. Are you saying, he's not qualified? Oh, it's alright. Again, I'm voting for him. Just do not worry. I will change my vote, which is going to be you eventually. He's a rowdy one. So the current satrapy is dealing with raiders, much like I am. But these guys up there, they're going to keep attacking, and they're going to keep raiding and looting what little is there. You must be desperate. Honestly, normally this would call for a holy war, but we fear hedge and egg intervention. But they're in the middle of wars here. Fighting up against a big war with many tribes, so this will keep them busy. We can deal with 1,000 Pechenegs if they ever intervene in this conflict. Just when I was ready to spend money on something, such as building walls and castle towns in the rest of the domain, including neglected Kiva. But it's you, and you alone. No clans, just only the Khaganates. Just as we were about to make some more money through silk, as well as expanding to the other half of Kashgar, but now you have done bothered us, and it's time for you to stop. There's no better way, but we may have to risk it, even though we fear that there'll be other people of the Tengri faith that may interfere, especially the ones that we're bordered with. The attacking Kyrgyz, which the Manichaeans, and this one's a suzerain to the Manichaeans also. I don't think we should worry about that much. Everybody's busy. Like if the pigeon eggs tag us from behind, we'll get them too. We have the distance for it. And remember, it's joy. First step to that, as well as the first step to start building castle holdings. As we, walk up to the steps a bit. Which is, again, another step for the possible formation of the Tocharian Empire, which I don't think, based on what I've seen from other people that have done playthroughs of Crusader Kings, has ever formed an empire like this. Which is going to be my first major goal for this playthrough as a Sogdian Zoroastrian. Whereas most Zoroastrian or Mazdan playthroughs, they would try to form the Persian Empire, but I think that's out of the question. Would it be better off to build an empire of Tocharian? Like we work our way up there, then we'll start working westward, and then empire formed. And by the time the Christian Crusades begin, if things don't go their way, then maybe then the Muslims will continue fighting amongst themselves between the Sunni and the Shia. Thus, we may have an advantage if we wish to reform the Persian Empire, but Tocharian Empire is going to be our first. This is where we build our power base to build up our levies and the economy before we go down south. Not to Tibet, not to India. And as I've stated before, out of the question. That, it may sound like ambitious, but it's only a dream. But dreams can happen and can come true, as it has evidenced in many of my past playthroughs. So now, with 500 gold, which I think it's enough for maintaining a 4,000 strong army, which is strong enough to take on any hordes, should there be no interference from the Manichaeans and the like. But they're currently at peace, so I mean, if they ever make us a nomadic tributary, I would accept it. Or just go call China and just become a tributary and they'll, they help us out a little. Just to keep them back. But we do have a claim on occurrence, a trappy. And it's this boy. Different dynasty, Zoroastrian. I mean, it's Satrapi versus Shahdam. I mean, if we wanted to, we could just take it all over. But no, wait for the Empire first. We're using current Satrapi as the only independent Persian Zoroastrian that they hope to use to expand into the Zunbil areas. Which, they're pagans, but if only there were Zoroastrians too. And a thought of prolificizing other ones? No, we're not at that point yet. So I have decided, Holy War for Joy, we're risking our lives and money for this. I was thinking about waiting for a month, but no, that time is now. And since they're going to be in the way, you're going to have to take the long way. Just get there as fast as you can. Now it's in war, not raid. And plus, these are some good resources they're raiding, like that silkworm farm over in Kashgar. Can't stop them now. Yeah, we're really losing a few men in the process due to these constant raiders. These are Kurdish. Stop stuffing yourself, you pig. Thank you. And look, more raiders, but they're leaving. This is what we have to put up with. For being the northernmost, well, them too. Two of the most northern kingdoms that are feudal. At least in this region. Brothers dead. Had no sons. And it all belongs to me. Listen here. I want no interest in this land, and there'll be a castle ready for you in a year. I will give you this satrapy. You may be a tribal satrapy, but you will be feudalized one day. So you're not satrap, you are high chief. Again, habit of me saying satrap instead of exid, which is that similar meaning in the Sogdian language. And they call me Khosrow the Bold because of my bravery. At least they didn't give me lunatic or ill ruler because I was once arbitrary when I told the Jews to get out, but no, we're good here. Wait for everybody. They can take the holdings if they like, but we will be taking their capital, defeat their army, take capital, war over. Tocharian Grand Vizier. Sure, I'll train you. Okay, as these guys are slowly but surely making their way here, as we make a bit more money, tell you what, after this war, yeah, we're definitely spending castles, a castle, and maybe 2 cities. Depends. Oh, then again, county with no land, it should be cheaper. And reward a fellow Sogdian commander of that land because we need more Sogdian Zoroastrian exits. Nothing going on in the current satrapy, even though they have a lot of money. One would think they probably got their gold mine back. No. How old are you? Oh yeah, you're still relatively young. I forgot. The age gap. Me being married to a Karluk woman. So they're going back. Probably to reinforce themselves. Which no doubt they have the population to do so. Now bring me the 2 duelists. That was quick. Is it time to face the champion? Probably need to be in good shape for that. Up. Get in shape. Oh, dang it. That's not perfect shape. Okay, it is. I mean, I've done what I can, so... let's fight for once. For Roxana. Now I'm the champion. While you are an ugly, brawny man. Which, you're not that particularly well skilled in just about anything. You're not going to get my vote. And you say I would lose the Shadow of Sogdiana. But in the event of my untimely death, if I don't cast my vote on anybody, this boy here will rule Samarkand proper. And it's that man of a different house that wants to rule Sogdiana. Just the whole Shadow, and only that. But the problem is, 2 people are voting. Until you're 12, next June, I will cast my vote on you. And I hope people will be impressed with your upbringing. That would happen in the future. So I'm not worried about my own life here. They're coming back again. You want to be the Darikvat? No. He's better. castle's finished. This is for you. No, it's called Midget. Doesn't make you feudal, but hey, at least it's something. Tributary, huh? These are all Manichaeans up there. Movement's locked. Let's fight them in the hills. Defeat the Horde, retake the territory, and then we're gonna go up to their capital, as this young nephew here is called Drythroat, for whatever reason. Yeah, sure. Fat old man with a gout. We can recruit him if we like, but I think he would rather die in prison. Unless you want him back. Which, little money is good money. Again, just a fat old fool. Ah, no lord. Plus, nice choices of wording here. Fat old fool. They hired a small number of mercenaries, but their horde is still being reinforced. Well, we will retake this area. No need for the assaulted, as we can be reinforced here. Although I could, but no, I need that money. We Sogdians are renowned for our own. There will be uses for that money to settle the steps. Yeah, there'll be a tag in there. There's no good fortifications. You're the new Mausoleum of that area. This is the quickest way. So we'll fight them again. And then take it to the capital. Goldars. Isfandia, you will be my squire. Which I hope you'll become a good commander one day. Maybe you will serve under the nephew and future heir to the House Khaganates. He's either good for one, either. I mean, I was hoping he would be more inclined to diplomatic, but doesn't look like it with him being fussy. Now remember, he's a genius. He can be good with just about anything. And his intrigue as well. I mean, a man with stewardship can improve the economy, which is something that we've been trying to strive for. And whereas I'm already an expansionist, and he can do well in the best of both worlds. For once, go for stewardship, since he's way better at this, as far as childhood focus is concerned. So, I won't be able to, give you an education, because I would probably be a burden to you. I'll give it to the fellow commander who knows a lot more about stewardship than I. And I will cast my vote to you. See what they think. See if they can trust my judgment for this. If not, then then you're probably going to have to work your way up through the elective system. Unless I can win their trust by other means. Alright. Got you again, huh? Hey, you want this fat old fool again? How much money do you have? Oh, a lot. So, once we land on Talos, then build a fort, lock it down. Don't move until 16th of September. Oh, hell, that's a lot of them. Should have built a keep for this. Unless there's a quicker way. Yes, there is. Get the buildings built fast. We gotta finish this one first. Fort is built, move to the capital. This place has been raided before. Salted then. 100%. Alright, this place is ours. As he's gone off to over there. Or actually what's left of the Horde, which they'll eventually become raiders in time. Which is basically their way of getting revenge. And this Nomad Agitation thing, those Karluk people there are going to spring up again. If we don't, build any castles or cities. Now we need a experienced Sogdian commander to be leading over there. What about this new guy that just came in? Yeah. 35, it's a good age. Yeah, you were a veteran in one of our battles. Also, that would require creation of a duchy, which costs a little bit more money, which I'll take it. Because you will be governing that region, and we'll build you a few castles, if we can afford them, since you are a greedy man yourself. You are the new Ikshud of the region. And with you being a Sogdian and a Zoroastrian, let's just hope that you would put your vote towards the nephew. Because these two, from Kotal and Vagana, this fact that one's Zoroastrian and the other Buddhist. So I'm gonna have to start swaying you. And you want to be on the council? Let me see. Oh, there is a place for you. Well, the guys from Kashgar wouldn't like it. Which, by the way, why haven't they cast their vote? I mean, they're ex-sheds. I mean, they're allowed to vote if they... Are they not? Or is that cultural differences is what's making them restricted? Read that again on the elective portion. Don't know if culture is a necessity, but again, I will try to sway them and get them to vote for my nephew. Yeah, there's what's left of them, as he's residing in Karluk. defeat them, and then we'll go get them. As we're trying to slow them down. Now, build them. Gee, that's expensive. We'll be on our way. Don't you worry. Adopted feudalism. Good. Defeating what's left of their horde, hopefully. They'll be back. Oh, no, no, no. Screw it. There's no time to lose. C3 heresy down there. So that means there could be an uprising any moment. Don't know if we'll make it in time. Days. Oh, we'll make it. Gonna save it in time. No, sorry about that. Halt! The Tamil's gone. Oh, hi, Chief, you're in. We're able to save the castle just in time. Khaganates to heretic, engaging with the altogether debate. Get her to turn the other way. And she has. Still at peace. Oh, what have they done? Obviously a lot of wars out there. Especially wars in India. Holy Christ! They took Arabia! Fought the Abbasids. It was an invasion of Arabia and they won. Although they're still strong, but we don't know. So I fear that a new power may arise in the Middle Eastern affairs. I mean, it doesn't concern us Sogdians, we live too far from it. Once again, let's just first make a bit of money, like say around 500, and then, especially now we got silk money now, and then, build castles to keep those lands from separating. Plus there's nothing to loot up there. So in theory we could expand a bit more if we want to create a new kingdom there, but there is a problem with that. Because if you create another kingdom, there's going to be, that one's going to inherit the elective monarchy portion, and then you got two elective monarchies in the same country, and it could potentially split, much like the Galvakan problem. So don't rush it. Sit here, make money, build castles, and then the steps of that region will be under our control. Just only pick them up. Pick at them little by little. This one would be an easy bit. Well, he has cancer anyhow. Despite the fact he's a brawny and a giant. Not to worry. I mean, that's up to you. Dealing with these Tengri rebels, have you? Well, excuse me, Manichaeans. You got this handled. And there's more raiders. For 2 years. Okay, I'll take it. I'm gonna send you some men. Won't give us much of reinforcements, but I'm just trying to save up money. And there's an awful lot of raiders. Glad to see things my way. Oh no, they're voting amongst each other. Fools. Now, why would you not vote for my son? I mean, excuse me, nephew. Kotal says, only a child. Well, that's reasonable. But you don't like him. Well, you're a Buddhist. But coming from the Sogdian Zoroastrian. Promising conscientious character. Brilliant man. How brilliant. Oh, and he's honest too. I told you he was going to be a man of diplomacy one day. Remember, if it goes to prose, he becomes the new ruler of Sogdiana, rather than the nephew who I wanted. But, as I said, that's going to create problems again. They're no longer pagans, they've gone Taoist. Just fine, they don't do holy wars. That'll slow them down on their expansion. Anyway, how much is that castle again? A little cheaper. Guess Marshal's the best education for you. Soon you will be married to the nephew. And Mother's going to China. After all, she's a Buddhist and the Emperor likes Buddhists. We could search a domain for more resources, but no need for that yet. I found my priorities. Was it you, Katal? Oh no, they're voting amongst each other again. Hold on a second. I realize what's going on. Khagana, Kotal. Elective monarchy only works inside of satrapies within Sogdiana. So there's only 3 electorate. I mean, he can't vote because he doesn't hold Satrapi. And we need those two counties if we want to have Kiva to them, to more vassals. And so they can cast their vote too. But anyway, I shot him with, we're gonna shot him with a small number of electric miners, unless you wait 100 years and then you get more electrics. Yes, I get it now. Electors. Yeah, it's time to start kicking these raiders out again. Getting tired of that nonsense. Again, you live in the steppes, and therefore this is what you're going to get. Those raiders are going to be about as frequent as what those Vikings are doing over there in Europe. Okay, gold now. It's good enough. What you doing? I appointed him there, didn't do that. He just barely got started with his rule. Cowards. If only we had an organizer. Or actually wait for the movement to be locked so we can move into Carlogan and beat them up, just to, you know, make them feel our wrath. That Sogdians will not take anything lightly. It would appear that the military of my realm was more dependent on the efforts of Jewish men than previously thought. Since the expulsion of the Jewry, several important administrative posts remain vacant, and there simply aren't enough qualified men to fill them. Must I do everything myself? Oh, fast. Unless you want to spend it now, and not too late for that. So, more on infantry then. Tang Empire is a fascinating place, my Lord Queen Mother. Kevina says, as I turned foreign coins over my hand. She arrived this morning. Besides the obvious souvenirs, she's carrying many a tale from her travels. Everyone in the castle wants to know everything. Bear with us, as my scribes collect all your stories. Here's a little grace for you. Even though we never formally established relations. How much is for it? You know, we always thought about consider destroying that cloak of Muhammad as a way of don't let it fall to Muslim hands. And unless someone else were to steal it, and they'll be like, great, what the hell are they going to do with it? Well, at least now there is something we could do with it. Give it to China. Have up with more grace. No need to destroy it. There you have it. which we can request a peace deal with them so they don't ever attack us. That'd be good. That'll be 250 grace for it. There'll be no war between us for the next 50 years. Just like old times, the Tang Empire and the Sogdians, their past relationship. Now get back here. Maybe sooner or later we gotta expand the realm to there. People are dying over there. There is not much population of these guys left. One would think is we should expand up in that area, but that's not part of Turan. I mean, pacifying them would be good, but what good would that do? That's not in our interest for that region. It's this part here, in which using Lake Balkash as a border. At least the raiders are driven out for now. Think, 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 think. Castle. Again, this Nomadic Agitation thing doesn't help. And a possible Zikri uprising in a prospering county. And we make 22 gold a month. This is great. And you just wait till Kurush gets to power, as he's become stressed and he's become lustful, which ups the fertility between you two. And we hope he becomes patient. But since it's of a steward education, look, either greedy or patient is good. Either way, he's going to be a great money man to this realm, as well as a great diplomat. Once he turns 16, let's just hope it'll sway all the voters to vote for him. And for now, let's just build a castle. And then raise a couple more, and we'll build another here. Raise a couple more, and we'll build another there. And therefore, settled. Let's just be at peace for about a few months. I think Kurush's rule would be, I think his characteristic rule once I'm gone is, that, well, money will flow under his rule. That's what's going to happen. And I'm sure there are people that would wish me gone, and I don't blame them. In fact, I'm switching my focus to rulership. Up the stewardship skill a bit. Yeah, it ups the domain size a little. Hey. I know you got children, but I kind of want that place back. Not only makes a bit more money, but also have more levies. But the question, not a question, but the problem is that I can't get rid of you. Well, there is a way. I'm gonna be that kind of guy. Like, I'm just gonna start antagonizing. I mean, if I were to get rid of him now, the council is okay with it. But the other vassals will be minus 15 for just about everybody, including Khotan. They will not like it. Not to mention it could sway the voters to vote for somebody more suited. Ah, yes, Kota, you know. We wanted to be on the council for a long time. And let's just increase relations furthermore, and hopefully you put your vote to Kurush. Good. A little bit of loyalty helps. And to keep it up, you will be the not only treasury guard to protect my things, but also the push thing on Salah. Oh, not again. I never know some of our best soldiers were Jewish. Jews that came up to Sogdiana, and now we got rid of them. I feel a little sense of regret. And speaking of regret, I wonder if they're regretting from ever becoming Taoists, as these pagans, Sumpas, and warrior lodge members want to be out of that. Who is in my capital? We will bury them. Still, most of our soldiers come from Bukhara. After all this. Beginning to wonder. As we make a bit more money. There's room for another. Basically get up to another 500, another castle there, and all all new castles will be going to him. If he gets children. Yeah, with those people, he'll get it, no doubt. He was a competent one. Speaking of competent, hey, Vergana, I could possibly sway you into voting for my nephew. I gave you a spot on the council. Now you'll be one of the Spabuts. Now make a little more money. $21 a month. Oh, that's over in Kashgar. Oh yeah, do not forget, whenever we're done with the castle business, make a little more money, then declare a holy war against them to get the half of Kashgar. And then afterwards, should we ever fight again, we'd probably extort tribute from them. Not a tributary state. No. Extort them. Because that would be useful under Koru's control. I think he'll be the one to make them extort tribute. Because we need a little bit more of that silk money that they made from there. Because they do have a trade post there. Do they not? Oh. China owns that. Never mind. And don't even think about fighting their Jork claimant wars up there. Because no one's ready for China. No one's ready for the Tang Empire. They took care of that. No, give me something else. I can handle myself. There. Looks like we found our opportunity. I mean, these raiders, yeah, they'll have to be dealt with sooner rather than later. Oh, god dang it. Yeah, I was a bit clumsy. I was say, we were about to declare war, but let these guys get killed first, and then, wait, yeah, it'll stall a bit. Now we can declare war against these guys, because I looked just now. There's a fence. This one attacking. Khaganates is busy. Despite the many hordes they have and the mercenaries they've hired, for some reason it's not enough to defeat that rebellion of theirs, which they're about as numerous and advanced spawn troops. But we better go get Kiva now. Liberate the place. No holy war, just liberate. This is our only chance. That means, yeah, we'll make a little money out of that. What the upkeep's concerned. Yeah, they're calling their conference. As far as potential, not very much. That can be handled. Crap, they're running into them, just like always. And there's that lunatic event again. Get me the vest. Everybody follow. That county up there that we settled is Sora. We'll beat these guys too. He's your fellow Muslim and oh, he's the Iran's baboon. But no reason. He stays. If he only had more money on him, then I would have considered arresting him and take his money. Starting to sound like greedy merchants, which I think Kurush will become one day. And after this war, I consider going on a war pilgrimage. It used to have 3 holdings, is it not? Guess after all this raiding, they destroyed one. This place first. Again, Liberation War. The difference of that is, I continue to swim, is, if there's feudal holdings, well, they're not feudal now. I mean, they were, but they do have other holdings, which, that's the reason why there's term liberation on them. And we must get it done quickly before Khaganates intervenes and ruins our day. Or ruins everything for that matter. At least you got these heretics settled down. And I don't mind if you become them, as long as you live here. Well, shoot. I was going to make a tributary out of them. Guess that means, well, be careful. But remember, tributary cannot refuse calling the defensive wars on China's behalf. But they don't call their suzerain to join their wars. Especially when I had a possibility of fighting tributary war or holy war. Well, holy war, then tribute. Okay? I'll do the holy war. Kurush can do the other piece of business. Speaking of Kurush. So there he is. He's a genius, he's honest, diligent, lustful, but unfortunately he picked up a bit of paranoid, but nonetheless, double-digit skills about everything, and he's a fortune building. Yeah, he's gonna be well versed in the ways of the money. He will bring Sogdiana to great prosperity. Let's see, one or doja? Just 2 holdings, and then right next door, their capital. that one should be for assault. Acceptable losses. And now there's 3 holdings here. What's going on up there? Oh, what is the Shia Caliphate doing now? Against Abyssinia and those who are part of that defensive pact. They've gone too far. Is the current satrapy even involved? Yes, they are. Part of the defensive pact as well. Yep, the Shia Caliph has gone too far. And I wasn't even called to be in the defense pact because that's none of my business. We don't have borders with them. And we are too far from any Islamic influence here. It's not to worry. So there's 3 holdings here, and take it to them. Unless you want to fight the Horde. Well, meanwhile, I'll try to get rid of this guy so we can get a bit of that domain size back. I need him to become my rival, and then see too if we can get him so mad that he'll have to challenge me to a duel. Or just become rivals and just kill the man. Oh, just kill the man. Why did you think of that option? Just kill the man. Yes, you can, but the problem is he has children. And we have to kill his children, too. Which I'm in no mood for that. I prefer the quicker option. And imprisoning would be tyranny, unless he's done something wrong. Two more holdings and then we'll fight them. %100% war score. Okay, let's just fight them one time. Just simply to tell them to don't come back. Not to mention we'll have borders with the current satrapy this way. Castle's finished. All yours. We'll have another one built in the near future. Wish we captured another prisoner so we can make a little bit of coin out of that too. But the question is, do I want to give away Kiva? I mean, yeah, this man has been loyal. I mean, do we want a Christian satrap? Turn this land into Nestorian, or even introducing that heresy there? Or just get another Sogdian satrapy, Sogdian Zoroastrian satrapy especially. So that means they're more likely to incline to vote for me. And again, we do want another elector, and Kiva's a neglected province. It often gets raided. I never improved it there, as much as I prefer improving it here, and here. Do I really want to give him more representation, as he's a member of the community of St. Abraham, which if he's not careful, he could become zealous one day. But he's a family man. He's a good guy. Despite our faith differences, as we're good acquaintances. Again, we do need another guy who can, vote, as everybody's on board with Korush. Because everybody likes him, because brilliant, diligent, Sogdian. Now you understand. Now you understand. But remember, the max is that you can hold 2 duchy titles, or satrapy titles in this case for the Iranian context, and then It's like, okay, I get to hold all of this here. But if I want to increase the domain size for me personally, it would just hold more baronies. Or just have some other place where I would personally control. Like, but where in the future? Who knows? But I'll just say, do not create that, not Chia. But as for those two, well, obviously, replacing Sogdian, so I think that's one thing. Or just keep it to yourselves until Karush comes to power. We need to save that money to make more castles, remember? Don't be creating titles. So Trappy Akiva will be non-existent. We'll be keeping all of this, even if the land isn't given up much of tax, and there'll be a possible religious uprising over there. Yeah, we're building another castle there soon. Once it's finished, give that to him, and we'll build one more. And he's adopted feudalism. Excellent. That means, yep, build automatically. And he's gonna have 2 castles up in this mountain country. Well, you just saved me a couple of gold there, Varzak. Now as for you, here's another piece of territory we're going to take off you, and that will be my last war before I will finally settle down. And it's for that half of Kashgar. But there might be some... Oh no, these guys are Hindus. There'll be no Buddhist interference. Actually, these guys might. How did he get that back? Because it was ruled by Muslims. Oh, conquered by claimant. Adventurer. Host. Right. I see. Figured it out. These guys are pagans. These guys are Taoists. I figured it out. I know how we're going to keep them at bay, because them interfering could present problems, like where he sent the army to the Kashgari front, and then these guys are going to attack us on our underbelly of Kutan. There's a way we can handle that. Obviously they won't accept vassalization. Or we can force vassalization, but that's not Sogdian Dejo territory, so we don't desire that. Instead, what we'll do is... what are his traits? No, he's gonna fight. What I mean is, we're gonna extort tribute. No need to push somebody's claim, or to vassalize, or declare holy war, because these guys are gonna come. So the best way to neutralize them is to extort tribute. Of course this would happen. Oh no. Let us resolve this conflict peacefully. In exchange putting a stop to this war and preventing bloodshed, I shall agree to your demands, and the lands of the Bami and Satrapi will pay tribute to you. All I ask is promise safety for my people, and send your soldiers home. Wise decision. Okay, so the tribute is paid. So they'll pay some of that to us, and we can call them on this war, since they could be of some use to us. Even though these are all event spawn troops, and it's not yet filled with everything that he may need. Good call. Now, original plan. Holy war for Kashgar, but he's got a friend from all the way down there, which won't contribute much. But remember, China is not going to back them. What they're here for is just say, okay, give us your money, give us your reinforcements, and Tributary cannot refuse calls into defensive wars. Didn't say anything about other ones. Like, think of other examples of if there's any tributary states in India to use it as an example, because sometimes tributes apply to. Yeah, here. Tributary can call suzerain into wars. Yeah, they can call their suzerain into wars. These don't. There's a reason why China did not intervene during this breakup down there in so many wars. Because they got no time for that. So, no problems. Let's just take half of the other half of Kashgar, then we should be alright. Now we can call these guys if we wanted to, but no need for that. We got this handled. And in this case, move the armies to Kashgar. And a new trade post built. And we can get another trade post. At least spend a little money on something since we're not building castles anymore. And I know what's the next thing to spend once we get these built. And when the war is over. Are the little Tengri friends still around? Yeah. Again, this northern half is hills and plains. The southern half is all desert, part of the Tocharian Basin. And there's a whole lot of rivers. What the hell is that? Oh, I forgot. It's the Imperial Guard. Chinese Imperial Guard. They have 1,250 light infantry, 375 heavy infantry, 625 pikemen, 500 light cavalry, and 1,200 archers. Yeah, it's the Chinese Imperial Guard. That's the benefit you get when you are an Imperial tributary. You can actually have events spawn troops. Well, damn, it makes me want to pay tribute to China now. I mean, had that offer of force open was still around, like if they tell me it's like, I want you to become a tributary, I would have taken it. That would be very useful to us, but clearly our arrogance is finally getting to us. But we're 5,000 stronger. Oh, it's even numbered. But most of their army has not assembled yet. And I don't think their commanders are that good. In fact, none of them are. And some of them are in council, so they would not be willing to command troops unless they tell them to stop. So that honor guard, that's the word you're looking for. Honor guard. Well, 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 it's my rival. Again, Roxana, my grandmother, already founded the bloodline of the Grand Champion. We can't get another one. Let's everybody get together first. Got another castle for you. Or Arg in this case. Which this county now has 2 of them. Right in the middle of mountain country. Should any nomads try to go up there, oh, they'll be in trouble. That's the key. That's the key of expanding our area. So I get this, put a tribal vassal there, put a castle in there, and hold out feudalism. See? Sending lands is much easier than we thought. But unfortunately, the rest of these guys will be Manichaean, so any type of holy will be up against them. they will interfere. But not to those who work under the Khaganates. They're busy. Or alternatively, fabricate the claims of these nomadic counties. Ah, Burroughs is such a caring brother, always ready to lighten up the mood during a somber family dinner or play with the children. You and may disagree from time to time. I cannot deny his accomplishments as brother. People like him are rare indeed. He's a jovial patriarch. Yagi Kent is now Zoroastrian. And they're growing. That could be a problem. At least they have no master. By master, I mean their Susan. They're up there, so they're probably going to go to the northern route. In fact, see if we could confirm that. Yes, sir. They're going up there. Now we know where to meet. We gotta move up to the hills before they do. As we get our last few guys over here. You have infection and stress? Oh, don't tell me you're gonna... Well, at least you already have a son. Through a concubine. If we take severe losses this battle, call these guys over here. But in all honesty, I don't think we're going to take that many losses. Or alternatively, it's like, you want to have spawn troops? Or I'm going to get some of my own. Because they'll be coming. It'll take time, but they'll be considered as additional reserves. This is a narrow pathway. But the land is full of rivers. And we will try to hold our ground as much as we can. But I think they'll stop moving by the time they get up here. There's 2 holdings here. 1 holding there. 1 holding. This is a poorly developed country. Down here is much more developed, except for that one. Not that. Yet it's not a very prosperous place, but a lot of open ground further down you go on this area. But, no, there won't be any river crossing penalty. They've stopped, just as I suspected. But once we get down there, it'll be plains. But the winters will be alright. So you could say, let's camp here for the winter. Both sides will be, watching. Yeah, we're just encamped in our, I don't know, fortifications, in our camps, and we keep an eye on each other until one of us makes a move. There's their ally from Tibet. And reserves are here. Sogdian Tengri uprising. Go handle them. Now, we will not move from our position. Deal with the rebels. These are light infantry and archers. Be careful. There's mountains up there. Once the holdings go down, move in. Well, to be fair, we have this even amount of units, but they had the mountains. That didn't work. It would take combined forces to defeat them. Alright. Let's have our first ever. That man tried to steal one of my artifacts. I'd have you executed for this, but how much are you willing to pay? Are you making any money? Okay. I'm going to keep you under house arrest. Until you raise 250 gold, I will let you out. They're moving away. Remember, stick to your objective. In fact, build that fort. We have enough money for this. If they wish to take it back, because we need to get rid of those Karluk fellows up there. They'll be returning to their original position. We got some prisoners. Lots of them. More gold is always needed. We do have some. She rivals someone? Did she did something bad? Shaka woman looks innocent to me, but she must have done something bad. Well, we're in the middle of a war here. I'll think about that. Remember, 2 castles. Hard to get through, although they can because it's not fully reinforced. They're still relatively new. So let's just get this holding down and we'll go deal with that problem. I don't want you to hold that position as, you know, it's like, okay, I want you to hold this garrison. No, you're going to get killed by them. Because your experience in combat was not good enough. Ah, Hispandia. No dice. You'll take this one. Hispandia should be a commander in the future, as we lack good ones in the future. It's gonna take time for them to retake those holdings. Alright. Come along, boys. Let's go deal with the Tengri problem. Let them retake it. We'll come back up there and defeat them. Because together, we'll be stronger. Well, that didn't take them long. They just used brute force. They didn't want a scientific approach. They just want this thing done. Alright, we got them where we wanted. In the middle of the steppes. They'll never revolt again. Stick together. Stay alive, Arzak. We need you. Now let's go fight against these Tocharians. Because they're taking those holdings fast. I mean, there's good reasons for it. Not good fortifications. In fact, there's a lack of that. No need to call for Bamiyan yet. We're gonna make them fight on our terms. Oh yes, I remember you guys. Yeah, we'll definitely have a non-aggression pact through that. So, should we ever fight in a Tengri war against them, Tengri Holy War and such, they will not interfere. At least, I hope not. We're still making good money. Speaking of which, Keep ransoming. Until you get to 250, we'll let you out of here. We're going to take a little river crossing penalty due to that. And we're going to be fighting up against these superior numbers of their pikemen, which we never faced that many. And he committed most of his troops on the center flank. They'll be on a retreat, retake the holdings, and retake the objective. Diplomacy. Despite the fact you have an airlift. God, we have no light infantry in our center. Hold on, what? Why you turn your back? What's wrong with my candidate? Now you're saying he's too young? And you prefer Tarkun II because he's a nicer guy. But he has very high learning, I'll give him that, but the problem is, that man is not of our house. And I don't want Esfandia to rule. It's meant for Korush and Korush only. And how do you have a bastard child? That's it. I'm gonna kill the one you love, so you can never have this issue again. I don't care what you think of me. You two will have children together. Oh, by the way, I just remembered something else regarding this little piece of family business. Korush, and it's regarding your wife. Yet there is one other niece, Funa. Don't worry, not all hope is lost. In case she dies of chest pains. We're just gonna kill the lover. This is what Korush gets for being lustful towards other women. Mercy cried a thief of Bahman, confronted and accused him of being a robber. Bahman the thin-minded. Cut off his hands. Yeah, we're rivals now. Thought the punishment was too harsh, should have been more merciful. This is the thanks I get. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of that woman. I don't think we'll catch him in time. I think that other Varsek just passed. Yes, he did. Hey, I got an idea. Won't like it, but I'll just wait until after the war and the next episode. Just wait. Focus! This is gonna hurt. It's ouch time. 1 day versus 6 days. We got to. Because if we stop moving, they'll stop. Plots revealed. Our center's breaking because there is not much of my center. I'll be sure to get her, don't you worry. Capture one of them Mausoleums. Speaking of which, Mausoleum, you don't have much money in you. How much money do you make? Until you get that money. Yeah, we're trying all these different plots. I'm not good at keeping secrets, am I? At least we took down the Chinese honor guard. And boy, we have so much money that things should be spent sooner rather than later. There's only one holding here, so this should be it. Again, who else? Again, you both voted for him, but I don't want him to be the ruler, so I got to get that man to change his mind. So let's talk in private, shall we? I was honored by your visit. Here they come again. Not soon enough. Competent. Known murderers. Soon probably gonna have a family be rivals. Now we control it. Now we gotta get down there. Where are they going? Oh, I see. Hold. No. We gotta go now, because they're moving a bit faster than scheduled. We got her. Nobody knows. Alright, let's fight them one more time. Even ground. In the middle of the victor. Of course, I don't have much of the center, but we got good troops in our flanks. Because our center's pretty much destroyed with this bloody war. You idiots, who killed him? Oh no, he died of severe stress during the battle. So it is now you who will sign the instrument of surrendering peace that we force our demands on. Just using poetic words. So Kashgar in its entirety is ours, and those gains will go to you. Aksu will go to you. even though there's only one barony there. And Butch Tupan will also be yours. Which not much holdings there. But again, Kashgar is half Shaka and half Tocharian. But it was bloody worth it. As these event spawn troops will go away, but yeah, those raiders will have their fun. And I'm sure your crazy conquest of defending against Khaganates. Oh, see what that defense pack got you into trouble, little boy? Now they're gonna get their revenge, because they want Mecca Medina back. Well, here's what's gonna happen on the next episode. We got to get Korush elected, because there's just no way on earth that he'll be left out. I mean, he's meant to be the righteous ruler of Sogdiana, not somebody else. I mean, with his Fandir, he might be a good soldier one day, but he's not suited to rule. But don't worry, I have a backup plan that we can guarantee this man to get him elected. And of course, I gotta go on a bounty hunt and a few other things. We hope to see you in the next episode. Until then, so long for now.